You are now listening to the National Show with Gangsterville and McGee. The National Show, the National Show, the National Show, no show, no show. The National Show, the National Show, the National Show, no show, no show. All right, No Nation. This is the National Show with Gangsterville and McGee. If you're watching us from YouTube, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel at National. That's at NATIONOLE. Hit the bell, hit the likes, hit the follow to stay up to tune to all our upcoming shows for YouTube. And then for IGX and all the other links you need, our Linktree page, which is Linktree/National Show. That's NATIONOLESHOW. All right. We are back for another one, about to get it in gear and had our workouts for the off season, getting into podcast shape, you know what I mean? Season coming up, man. What's cracking?
My guy, it is game time. It is 23 days until kickoff against the Texas A&M Aggies in Tallahassee, Florida.
Woo, boy. Man,
I'm excited. I'm excited. I was in Tallahassee this week. Doing some things, had some meetings. Good things to come. Merch God McGee got the new lid. Went to the Garden and Gold right by our old crib off Apalachicola. Yeah, man, it was good. It was good to be there.
Nice.
Now back in Miami. Magical Midtown Miami.
Magical Midtown Miami.
Right? I'm at HGAB and right next door to the Coral Boutique. If you're into saltwater fish, rare coral, you need an aquarium supplies, thecoralboutique.com is the spot.
Word.
And I'm pumped, man. I'm pumped to be back on the show with you. And you know what? Hope you're excited too, because we're about to be doing this all the time for the next, through the national championship, pretty much, man. It's gonna be nonstop. Yeah. So, no real off weeks. So we might be able to squeeze 1 or 2 days off in there, but for the most part, it's go time now, buddy.
Yeah, boy. Heck yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do an episode. Maybe not this episode, but one of these next couple episodes, we're gonna have to talk about the Bucks too.
Yeah. Heck yeah. A lot going on with the Bucks.
A lot going on with the Bucks. But yeah, this week. Or this episode, figured we should have
this Prepisode.
I figured we should have a look at the odds to win the ACC championship, so we can kind of get an idea of what the national view of things are in the ACC and sort of where everybody's projected to play out and stuff like that. But we got we got some Pro Null stuff going on first. So we should get into that first.
Yeah. Let's tap into that first.
So our guy Malik Beasley, technically still on the Santurce Cangrejeros, but their season's over. They did not make the playoffs. In fact, that Puerto Rican Basketball League has their finals begin. They have a 7-game best of 7 finals. It begins this weekend, I think. Maybe Sunday. It is actually I have it right here. It is. They call it La Final Brava, and it is Los Vaqueros de Bayamón y Los Santeros de Aguada. So, good luck to both teams. I don't have any action, so I got no rooting, rooting interest. But so I hope everybody wins. I hope it goes 7, obviously.
Yeah.
Right. But Malik Beasley, he's out on bond. He is innocent until proven guilty, but
right,
continuing to maintain his innocence, and he pled not guilty to a long list of charges that we went over last time we talked. We don't need to go over them again.
Right.
While we're talking about basketball, though, rumor has it that our guy Patrick Williams on the Bulls, sort of real serious on the trading block. The new Bulls management doesn't see him as a fit, and they got a couple guys at forward, so they feel like he's the one that
they loaded.
They could turn into a different position, a different a player at a different position. So he might not be a Bull very long, but he is still a Bull at present. In the women's NBA, the Connecticut Sun not having a great season, only 7-23. All right, they are bottom of the Eastern Conference. Only the Seattle Storm are worse at 6-27. I think there's like 41 games. I think it's exactly half of the NBA. I think it's 41 games. Maybe it's like 44 or something in the regular season. But pretty much got to win out, to even make the playoffs at this point. But there is some news. The head coach, I forget her name, but she has announced that she's leaving at the end of the season. She's taken over as the head coach at for a pro team in Turkey, Turkey is how you're supposed to say it now. And as the Connecticut Sun are moving to Houston and being rebranded as the new Houston Comets, which was a pretty big team in the early days of the WNBA. Rumor has it that Ronika Hodges might get the bump and get the head coaching job. She was drafted by the Comets. She played there for the first part of her career until the team disbanded. So there's a way to kind of connect the present organization to the previous traditions by giving her the bump, and it's being considered apparently. So that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Shout out to her. All right, that's basketball. That's all the basketball stuff. I figured it's summertime. Figured we should check in on baseball. All right, got a couple guys from Florida State who are pro Noles in the major leagues. Right. Cam Smith is having a pretty good year for the Houston Astros. Cal Raleigh started the season, big dumper, pretty bad. He didn't have a very good WBC either. But like the last, let's say 6 weeks or so, he's really picked up. And he's swinging a hot bat again. So we'll see. Maybe he has a good second half of the season and kind of lives up to some of our expectations of him after last year. Yeah. Taylor Wall's playing okay for the Rays in the field, not really swinging the bat so well, but Luke Weaver, formerly of the Mets, was traded last few days, to the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Mets are kind of selling off all their big contracts. Pretty interesting to see the Pirates adding in mid-season, but maybe they realize they should take a run at the playoffs quick while they have Skeens as a starting pitcher, because I suspect as soon as he can, he'll be out of Pittsburgh. But Pirates are loading up. They added, pro no Luke Weaver to their bullpen. And then sad news, Jonathan India, second baseman for the Royals, out for the entire season. When we did the last show, it was just coming out, but out for the entire season. He had to have shoulder surgery. So that's baseball. And then we got a little golf this weekend. Okay. I think, how it always feels like August has like a lull in the sports calendar. I think the last last year and the year before, but last year especially, and this year, golf is filling it with the way they have reorganized their FedEx, or the PGA has reorganized their FedEx playoffs, and the way and the lead into it is so exciting. And then also the Live Golf end of their year and lines up with these same weeks. So there's a lot of great golf going on. So right now, this weekend is the Wyndham Classic in Greensboro, North Carolina. Prono Daniel Berger not in the field, hasn't played since missing the cut at the Open. I don't have any news on that, or if there's a reason why, if there's some sort of injury that he's dealing with or something like that. But our dude, Luke Clanton, technically his rookie year, he is going into this Wyndham Classic. It is the last event before next week's playoff begins. The playoff only invite 70 golfers, maybe 71 if Brooksy makes it. We'll get to Brooksy in a second, but 70 golfers can make it, top 70 in the rankings. Luke Clanton is presently 146th in the rankings. But if he wins this weekend's tour stop in Greensboro at Sedgefield, he will make it. He has to win the tournament to be in the playoffs. Now, that sounds crazy, except he had a pretty stellar amateur career playing on this course. And in fact, his lowest career round, his lowest score was a 62, and it was shot at this course.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So you never know. Like, he feels comfy. Right. He's just going for it. There's no reason to lay up. It's win, make the playoffs. Don't win, don't make the playoffs. So he's going to go for every green. He's going to like, it could be really exciting. It could be really fun. Who knows? Could be storybook kind of weekend for our guy, Luke Clanton. Also in the mix is Brooks Koepka. Brooks Koepka, going into this tournament, has to get T4. So he has to get tied for fourth or better, third, second, first, etc., in order for him to make it into the playoffs. So both super exciting. I checked right before the show started. They were both 2 under par. The leader is at 5 under par, but I mean, it just started this morning and it'll go all weekend. So here we go. Both our guys are fighting to make the mix. Playoffs. I really like the way the PGA has reorganized their schedule over the last few years. The playoff system is good. It makes for a couple exciting weeks in a row. So, yeah, man, that is your Pro Noel report for Thursday, August 6th, 2026. Yeah, man. So obviously we're always cheering for all the Pro Noels, and I didn't get into the NFL. We're going to be talking about it nonstop for the next couple
tons
months.
Of stuff coming up. Tons of stuff.
Yeah, but I'm excited. I'm real excited about the NFL season. We'll see what happens with our Bucks. But we're here to talk about the Noels.
Yeah. Talk about the Noels on the National Show.
I guess one more bit of Pro Noel news that you alerted me to. Our guy Ernie Sims has been promoted to the linebackers coach.
Yeah. At Florida State in January. That's dope. Not only was he promoted to the linebackers coach, but they said he is a hands-on coach, meaning he wears his cleats to practice, puts his helmet on, and gets down and dirty with the players and stuff or whatever. Only way I see him doing it, man. You know anything about Ernie? He's a very hands-on type person or whatever. It's like, watch me do this versus standing on the chalkboard type person or whatever. But him being, and he was already an assistant last year, but him having a more hands-on our defense gives me more to look forward to, especially for my linebacking core. I felt last year there was a kind of the group on the defense that, didn't do bad, but didn't stand up as they do with Florida State history. Our linebackers, Derrick Brooks and the many that came after him. That's normally our strong point on defense or whatever. Last year it was our secondary. So hopefully we see our linebackers stack up. We got a decent transfer in, a couple in-house players that's developing or whatever. So I'm excited about that alone, man. Just having Ernie Sims having more hands-on gives me a lot to look forward to.
Yeah. To reinstill the tradition and expectations of that position group is that alone is important. We'll see. I mean, we'll see how it all works out. We still got to get the right players there, but to have the right attitude is first step.
Yep.
Step.
Oh yeah, yep, definitely, bro. Definitely.
And also, right? And also, it's we need to have competent coaches all through our coaching staff right now, because we don't know if the people at the top are going to be around for a long time. So it's important to have as much talent in the coaching ranks as we can find right now.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's definitely gonna be a make it or break it season for us.
Yeah.
I actually feel a lot better now versus the last couple times that we've talked. I'm not
How
going to
so?
put the
Why?
bar all the way up. I mean, I look at it. We went from 2-10. We did increase our wins last year, by a couple wins. We got a couple more wins or whatever. It's still looking bad that we haven't gotten an ACC win on the road, or at home, so to say, or whatever. So that's the killer. But we are moving in the right direction. It's just too much. College football in general is hard to tell with all of the movement, transfers and such or whatever.
Right.
But what in our days when we grew up in, man, 2-3 years, you're set for the next 2-3 years or whatever, and the ups and downs of it now is you can have an overhaul every year, and that's what we've seen from ever since we went the 10-win season or the undefeated season until now. The undefeated team was overhauled the next year with DJU, that team was overhauled to last year, and now here we are once again with last year's team that was completely overhauled for this year. Now when we look into the particulars of it, we have a new quarterback coming in.
Did we bring in the big question is, did we add the right pieces in transfer and in recruiting? Because now I know we're not grabbing as many freshmen or recruiting as many players, but the ones we pick have to be the good ones. You know what I mean? The guys that we do bring in, we need them to contribute. So,
Yeah.
So do you expect that this year, I mean, basically every year it's a dice roll. Did we do a good job in the offseason? Did we not do a good job in the offseason? And every team's going through this now. It's not just Florida State.
Oh, yeah.
So the question is, how was our offseason?
I don't know, C+, B-, I would give it, man. I feel like we got the right players in at running back, which we already was stacked at running back, so that's a plus. I feel like we got a decent quarterback. I feel like we got decent quarterbacks. At least 2 to 3 guys that I feel like could step in and do some things or whatever. We got a 1,000-yard receiver coming back. That's dope or whatever. Defensive wise, we got the twins on the defensive line, the Desert twins. We got decent linebackers. Right. Biggest question, defense secondary. We have a complete overhaul with secondary. So it's one, did we get the right players? And two, if we did, can they play together? Because there's no contingency from last year to this year with, playing. You can have the best players in the world, but if y'all don't know how to play off each other, that they may not run right. And then offensive line, biggest question for offense, my biggest question is the offensive line. We had yet another complete overhaul from the offensive line from last year. Last year, offensive line was our weakest point, so that's huge red flags for us for this year. I will say the plus to it is our quarterback. He is mobile, but not only is he mobile, he's big. He has some size to him. So he's not small like Tommy was last year. I feel like Tommy was great for our team last year, but I felt like his size opened him up for more injuries. And, he was hurt a lot throughout the season.
He might have been the right for us, but we might not have had the right team for him.
Right. Perfectly put. So, yeah. So all that said, is just a big dice roll, man. I will say I feel more confident headed into this season than last season. Just in, having Deuce come back, the running backs that we have come back. It's just, will our offensive line hold up, and do we have the depth on offensive line to make it throughout the season? Because a lot of times with the line, it isn't about you starting 5. It's about, do you have 5 guys that can step in and rotate and back those guys up or whatever, man?
Yeah. And it's largely at that position group, it's largely about who's your starting 5 at the end of the season. Is everybody still healthy? Is everybody still healthy? Have cats and have you filled gaps if there has been health issues? Have you filled those gaps effectively? You know, so yeah, man. There's a whole lot of question marks for Florida State this year, and so I understand why they're not at the top of everybody's list on who's going to be winning the ACC. Like I get it. I get it, right? I get it. We don't expect them to. We think maybe they got a little shot. But we don't expect them to win. And so nobody else is going to expect them either. But sometimes it's the teams that you don't expect to win that you make the most money on. Right? Or at least you have the chance to make the most money on. So
right.
I figured let's talk about all the teams in the ACC and look at all the numbers for them. So I'll just start reading at the longest shot. You just stop me when you got a comment about a team or a thought about a team, or when you're interested in a wager. You know, I know some of these are going to be, you know, there's no way you're putting any money on Boston College, even if they are
right.
You know, at 30,000, which is 300 to 1. You know, like you're not going to bet Boston College to win. Next, you have Stanford at 25,000, so 250 to 1. I mean, come on.
That's one I put a little eye on Stanford, man. Andrew Luck has been hands-on. He's been making a lot of changes and a lot of inputs and stuff or whatever, putting a bunch of people in position. Not saying that they're going to, you know, win a championship or anything, but they can do some shockers, I feel like, this year.
So maybe with Stanford, what you should do, probably not going to bet them to win the ACC, but maybe look into their regular season win total and see if they're going to go over or under that number.
There you go.
Or maybe you can find a will be in the ACC championship game bet. That could be interesting. Maybe they make the game and take, even if they do take an L, you've already been paid. So interesting. There's going to be a big number, bro. You know, it would be a big number just to make the ACC championship game. So that might be a fun way to bet on Stanford. Next, both UNC and Syracuse, they're both at 12,500, so 125 to 1. Syracuse. I mean, they're always kind of middle of the road at best ACC team. They would have to really rally the alumni base to do any NIL action, you know, like real waves in the NIL world. But UNC, complete shit show last year. And this offseason as well, to some extent, right? And now their GM is suspended or without pay under further investigation, I believe is the present status. What's up? Is it just going to be a year and a half and Belichick's fired and off into the sunset and that's it?
Yeah, man. Coming in, my biggest questions with UNC, and this is to take nothing away from Belichick. Belichick is one of the greatest coaches of all time in any sport you can put in or whatever.
Fact. I mean, you can't argue that.
Yeah, but I don't feel like he has the ability really to connect with the younger generation other than the fact that I coach Brady. You know what I mean? The ton of recruits and people that are coming there are I coach Brady versus, you know, actually getting to know the players and making relationships and stuff. And that's huge with college football right now with the NILs and transfers and even with recruiting and everything, man. I don't see, like, there's a huge difference between him and Bobby Bowden. You know, Bobby Bowden, even up into his 70s, you know, was relatable to the players. You know,
he was Uncle Bobby.
Right,
he was
right.
Uncle Bobby to all of us.
Yeah,
Bobby, and then the players looked at him as like their father figure. And like to us, he was uncle. We never even met the guy.
Right.
I can't imagine anybody calling Belichick Uncle Bill.
No, that's not happening. That's not happening, man. I mean, and that's nothing against. It's just his personality. Like, look how he treats the media. How he treated Tom Brady. You know, he treated Tom Brady greatest quarterback of all time, just like an average player. Number 12.
I don't know anything about his family dynamic, but I suspect even if he does have brothers and sisters with kids, even they call him coach. Right? Nobody's calling him Uncle Bill or Billy. You know what I mean? He's not Billy. He's probably never been Billy. Even as he might have been one of those little kids that was like, "Please don't call me that, sir."
Right.
You know?
Right.
Like, Bill.
My name is William.
Straight up, bro.
Yeah.
I see it.
A tie and like a plaid like blazer on his way to kindergarten type, you know.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
yeah, notes already, studying plays, writing plays in the briefcase.
Yep. All of that.
Bear Bryant hat.
Yeah.
Bear Bryant hat on at 4 years old, you know.
Right. And now I feel like that style would have been more acceptable back in the days, like before transfers, before NIL and stuff. When you sign to the college, you're stuck there pretty much for the next 4 to 5 years. That would work then, but now when players have more flexibility and stuff like that or whatever, it just doesn't mix, man. I never saw him mixing with college football, man.
Right. If Lane's coming over, if Lane Kiffin's coming over, and if Bill Belichick's coming over, like, who am I actually wanting to have a meal with and talk to and hang out with and, you know, talk about football with and talk about my future with, you know?
Yep.
It's Lane Kiffin. He's demonstrated real investment in his players, and Bill Belichick doesn't have that. Bill Belichick this is how we win the game, right? That's it. Right.
Yep. And even if you look at coaches overall, you're not really seeing that many older coaches in college football.
Oh, I mean, Cignetti's old. He just has a young mindset.
Well, that's different. That's different.
There's old coaches that are successful in the sport, but they're not the ones that think old.
Right.
They're the ones that
There you go.
Refresh their approach regularly and constantly, and surround themselves with thinkers and other young minds that are evolving the game and etc. You know, Belichick's gotta. This is how I do it. This is how we do it. We're gonna be the NFL team of the college. You know, whatever it is. Like it's.
But I just, even as in a broader perspective, looking at a lot of teams, yes, there are older coaches, but I remember when we grew up, the majority of the coaches were old. Like, they weren't giving young guys a chance. Nowadays, I feel like the dynamics have flipped, where it's more younger guys coming in, and I've seen coaches in their late 30s, bro, in lead programs and stuff or whatever.
How long
is unheard of?
How long has homie been with the Rams? He's already been there, and he's still only like 41.
Yep.
He's been there for like almost a decade, I think.
Right.
He's been there for years.
Yep. Crazy, man.
All right. Let's keep it rolling through the conference. All right. Wake Forest is next up on the list. They are plus 7,500, 75 to 1. Duke right there at 70 to 1, plus 700. Now, remember, their quarterback transferred out of there.
Miami,
right. They got a whole new operation going, just like everybody else does, as we talked about. But Duke was pretty good last year. They showed some real signs, but it was largely because of his talent. Mineola, Mensa.
Yep.
And then you get to Georgia Tech and Florida State.
Tied. That's crazy.
35 to 1, plus 3,500 to win the conference.
Georgia Tech got the Mendoza brother there, the younger one.
Oh wow, they got Fernando's little brother.
Yeah, he transferred from Indiana to Georgia Tech.
You would have think that Miami would have grabbed him just because they fumbled the ball on the older brother, but whatever. Georgia Tech's a good school. Atlanta's a great place to live, man. So
that's because Mensa took the whole quarterback room bag. That's why. He's probably getting about 3-4 million this year.
Good for him.
Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with it, man.
I'm not. You got to assume that you got to just assume that Georgia Tech has a good year with an improvement at quarterback, and I mean, I'm just judging that he's learned a lot during his time at Indiana with his brother, being in the room with his brother and being around Signetti. And in general, you have a pretty smart roster at Georgia Tech because it's a smart kid school, you know, and yes, they let some people in, but they kind of hold everybody to a little bit higher standard than some of the other schools in the ACC, including Florida State. You know, we enable, you know, that's okay. That's okay. But I don't see me betting Georgia Tech to win the ACC.
Right.
At 35 to 1, though, I could see me placing a small wager on Florida State to win the ACC championship. If let's say
at least to be in the championship, like you said earlier.
What I would do in that instance is I would bet Florida State to win the championship, and then if they make the game, I'd bet on the other team to win in order for half of 35x. You know what I mean? Like half of what I'm winning here, so that no matter who wins, I'd win, you know? Or like you said, just do a small wager to win it all, a really small wager to win it all, and a little bit more of double that to make the championship game. It accomplishes the same thing. Yeah, at 35 to 1, you know, in sports, teams, if they come out to a good start, if they are in sync with one another, if they're buying in, look at Indiana, you know, teams forget how to lose. I'm not going to come out here and say, oh, we're going to be undefeated, but you know, a 2-loss Florida State team, if hopefully those losses aren't in, one maybe is in conference, one's out of conference. Maybe there's a situation where they kind of get into that game. So I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued by that number.
Yep. And also with the Mendoza transfer, you mentioned it. Georgia Tech is kind of like the Indiana of the ACC. Smart players, smart kids, smart schools, smart school or whatever. So he fits in good there. And then as far as us, man, it's just a toss up, bro. This could be the break it year, or this could be the break him year. Right.
So the other way to do it is you might be able to find a platform that takes action on first coach fired in the ACC, and you can bet both Coach Norvell to be the first coach fired and Florida State to make the championship game and kind of cover your bases.
Cover both ends.
Because I don't see us having a mediocre year. You know what I mean? It's going to be a good year or a bad year.
Yep. Same. Totally agree.
All right, let's keep it moving through the conference. Cal is next up, plus 2,800. Lots of talk about them actually having a very good offseason. I don't know, you know, whatever people talk, you know, but you know, right there and right beneath them is NC State at plus 2,500, so 25 to 1, and Virginia Tech at 22 to 1. So there's a couple
Virginia
teams.
Tech, that's the team to watch out for because they got the new coach from Penn State, right?
Oh, that's right. And he brought a couple coaches and he brought a couple players.
Yeah. So that's the team to watch out for.
That might be worth taking
sneaky
a little
streak.
flyer on, you know, putting a little, you know, $5-10 on there and seeing if it doesn't turn into something special, because 22 to 1 is a great payoff, you know. 22 to 1 is a great payoff, you know.
Franklin, that's the coach.
Franklin, yeah. Interesting, man. Interesting. And you know what? When that place gets rolling, when Virginia Tech wins football games, that stadium really gets rocking and their fans really get into it. And it's been a while. It's been a while. So
like Marcus Vick.
Well, they're hungry. Is that Blacksburg, Virginia? Yeah, Blacksburg. I think Blacksburg, but wherever it is, they're hungry, and they're gonna. That's gonna be a wild fan base if they get it rolling. Pitt is 18 to 1 plus 1,800. UVA is right there at 17-1, plus
They had a real good year.
1,700.
Mm-hmm.
They had a good year last year. That doesn't
Mm-hmm.
necessarily mean that they're going to be able to put two together. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's been a while since they've done that. You know,
right.
This one caught my attention when I was getting our rundown ready. Clemson is only 14. I mean, I don't know how you say that. Clemson is 14-1, plus 1,400. That's I think that's too big a number, right? Or bigger than it should be, right? I think that Clemson is a couple good decisions away from being right back in the mix. The question is, like, basically their head coach is their biggest obstacle as far as their development as an organization at this point. If he kind of starts listening to some of those younger coaches on the coaching staff and starts, leaning into some of the new ways of doing things, maybe Clemson can turn it around in an offseason and kind of be back in the mix.
I kind of see it fitting though, because they got a new quarterback this year. Klubnik, or whatever his name was, left and went did whatever he did last year or whatever. Klubnik,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, and anytime you have a new quarterback, not only a new quarterback, but a new unheard of, unproven quarterback, haven't pretty much seen him do much or whatever, it kind of puts a question mark on him or whatever. I will say with Dabo's history though, he's done damn good with freshman quarterbacks over the last couple of years or whatever. So you never know. But I think
nobody knew who Jameis Winston was.
It's a lot. It's just right. He won the Heisman. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Yep. There it is right there.
Yeah, Clemson 14-1. That's kind of interesting too. Right now, that Virginia Tech one though is something I might have to hop on. You got me real interested.
Yeah, man, me too.
All right, and then we're getting to the single digits, right? There's these two teams that have been trending up the last few years and are pretty good. They're, again, the right NIL deal away from really being, from winning an ACC and being like really in the mix on the national scene. Louisville is plus 800, so they're 8-1 to win the ACC, and SMU is plus 750, so 7.5, 7.5 to 1, 15-2, however you look at that. Interesting. Those are the two teams that at least the national scene, the gambling public, expects to give to take the best shot at taking down Miami, or to have the best shot at taking down Miami this year.
I could see that, man. SMU's never afraid to spend that money. Louisville's been on the upward trend the last couple of years, so yeah, I can see that, man.
Yeah, Louisville definitely coming off a good year, and they were young, and if they added to that correctly, and they're feeling good, watch out. And yeah, you're absolutely right. SMU, the present college football landscape is perfect for SMU to dominate, and they're just a ticking time bomb. Like they're gonna be in the mix, and then holy shit, SMU just won what? It's gonna be that kind of thing. It's or they'll get into the playoffs and knock somebody out that isn't supposed to get knocked out or something. Like they got some really, their fan base has some really good times in the future. The question is it this year, next year, or the following year? And then we get to Miami. I'm sure you assumed they were the favorite in to win.
Of course, yeah, rightfully so. Yeah,
they were in the national championship last year. They were very good last year. Last few years, they've played this game well. They've revamped every offseason, and they've done a good job for the most part. They in strengthening their quarterback position group, they took a little something away from one of the other teams in the conference, so that's doubly valuable. They've got a ton of transfers from some other schools, that the guys that probably would have gotten a lot of time this year wherever they were staying, but felt they weren't getting enough time wherever they were. You know, a lot of guys coming down here with a chip on their shoulder. A lot of Florida guys who went away to school wanted to come back. It's hard to pick against Miami to win the ACC right now. They're minus 150. So you got to bet $150 to win 100. That's pretty crazy when you're talking about a future bet, when you're talking about a conference championship bet, that it's a minus number. So,
crazy,
like the whole world likes Miami to win the conference.
Yeah, man. Biggest plus I see for us when looking at Miami is Bane's not there. Because Desmond Bane, that guy was like a game changer. He was just a man amongst boys all season long last year. He kept them in the game, every play that he was on was a potential run play being blown up or a sack. And that's not to say that they don't have talent coming back. It's just talent like that doesn't come around every year. You know
Real talk. And we like where he went, you know, obviously.
We love where he went.
Now they're calling it Tampa Bane.
To give you an insight on it, bro. I was looking at one of our practices, and I forget the left tackle that he was going up against, but it's a left tackle, $90 million left tackle, and he's blowing by him like he's just nobody or whatever, dude. So that's right.
And that's what Miami lost. And that's what Miami again, they added. I get it. They added a lot of talent, but it wasn't just Bane they lost. They lost a lot of other great talent off of that national championship contender, the contending team. And a couple guys transferred and took bags elsewhere. But for the most part, they retained everything that wasn't going to the NFL that they needed to retain. They're going to be good, but like you said, man, those are big cleats to fill.
Yep, but on offense, they're going to be explosive. They got baby Jesus coming back, Malachi Tony. So
he's really talented.
Yeah.
He's really talented. I mean, I can't bet it. I can't lock up my ammo for 12 months at a minus number. That's silly, but it's probably the right bet, and it definitely makes me less trigger happy on betting other teams. You know, when I think about how good Miami is, to bet other teams to win the ACC is tough. But now that we've been talking about to make the championship game bets, that's a different story. I like some of those, or betting to win the ACC championship and then hedging out in the end. And that Virginia Tech bet's really, really appealing to me. I think I might have a closer look at that. And I'm probably hitting the Florida State.
You said that about 3 times already.
No, you got me. You got me really. And I'm definitely, I'm probably putting a little something on Florida State just in case it all goes well.
Well, Franklin has a history of turning programs around. Remember, he turned Penn State around after they was down for a couple of years. Remember, he turned Vanderbilt around before then.
Oh, wow.
In the SEC, and Vanderbilt, that's like a scholarly school or whatever, and they was winning games and in contention of winning the SEC and stuff or whatever. So I definitely expect to see a lot out of them this year.
Interesting. Look at you talking me into it. I love it. All right, man. I'm like buzzing. I'm like really excited that it's football season. This conversation has got me even more excited. So,
Heck yeah, man.
What's up with the album that was supposed to come out on 420?
Still working on it, man. I'm looking for the right time to release it. It's pretty much done at this point, man. I'm just looking into marketing. Looking in a couple of smoke shops and actually smoke brands or whatever to see if they want to sponsor or be a part of it. Holding off on a couple of tracks to see if I can incorporate them into it for promotions and stuff or whatever.
Cool.
And then also the singles have been doing so good, man. I've just been trying to milk all I can off of them. sending it to playlists, DJs, radio plays and stuff or whatever. So getting all I can, all the publicity I can. Yeah, definitely, bro. Definitely.
I have a conference call I'm going to set up for you, or a meeting I'm going to set up for you.
Cool.
We'll talk about it after the show. Don't let me forget though. I'm only saying it right now so that you remind me after.
I got you.
Right. Cool, man. Well, everybody should go check out Gangstaville's music. It's available on tons of platforms. Just go to his Linktree account or his Linktree page. It'll give you all the links to his pages on social media and all the places where you can stream his music. And it is Linktree /Gangstaville. GAINSTAVILLE.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, go listen to it on all the platforms. Go to the music everywhere. Like it on all the platforms. Share it from all the platforms. That's the best way to support your friends that make music. Yeah, your friends that make music are way cooler than your friends that don't make music.
There you go.
Also, we have a Linktree. It's /Linktree /National Show. NATIONOLESHOW. And you'll find all our social media links. You can also find them all at national.com, where we also have the latest episode playing and where you can get all the very stylish National merch. It is stunning. I mean, just stunning. I get compliments all the time when I rock it. The hoodie, the t-shirts. I used the coffee cup this morning. Used the coffee mug this morning before I left the crib.
Nice.
So,
nice.
Yeah, go to national.com. If you're listening to the show on Bet Your Ash Podcast and Network, we appreciate it. We're going to have our audio going out onto our own feeds. So that news is coming soon. That announcement is coming soon. If you're watching on YouTube, we appreciate that. There's going to be potentially some other places to watch in the future, but for now, make sure you're subscribed, make sure you're notified. We're going to get back into a regular schedule now that football's back. So yeah, man, 23 days, my guy, 23 days.
Oh man, I can't wait. All
right. Did I forget anything on the outro?
Nope. Everything sounds good, bro.
All right. Well, in that case, it's always go Noles.
Go Noles.
And you have just finished listening to the National Show with Gangsta, Physio, and McGee.